Vesna, and Vesna has completed the classes at SLAM. She's a successful slammer. So Vesna, if you could just give us like a brief history of yourself.
All right. I want to start this description just by saying that very recently, about 2 weeks ago, I had colleague of mine from back in college who reached out to me on LinkedIn, and because he knew me at the time, and his response was like, "Oh, you are in IT." So this is quite, I would say, normal reaction, because if anybody knew me 20 years ago, how I was regarding in IT softwares. I mean, cybersecurity was just like a science fiction at the time. So to come to a point where I do understand the things and I am in IT, it's a big change. So that's why I wanted to share this, because I understand that many of you might be going through crisis and doubts and or fear or anxiety or whatever the feelings you might have this period. What I want you to remember is forget about all your feelings and start remembering what you deserve. So how I started in IT. So, I mean, first of all, I came in this country with two suitcases. One was filled with gifts. So think of it, one luggage only for myself. As a tourist, I had no job. I had no idea how I'm gonna find a job, find education, or papers for that matter. All I knew is that I'm gonna do it. How? I had no idea how. So things started to develop step by step. You know, I started going to school, took a master's degree. Then from there, one of the subjects I had was called information security, and that was very interesting subject I had, and put me into more understanding of the security, and made me to search deeper and deeper. However, I came to a plateau, a point of my life where I didn't know which way to go. So it was like you're overwhelmed with information. You can find information on YouTube, on internet, books. There's tons of information of things today. However, it was very hard for me to find that balance of, okay, I have all this, but like which way to go, which route to go. And that is, so at that time, I started even buying books by myself to pass CompTIA Security Plus. Then, you know, I was watching YouTube tutorials and all that things. But as I said, that plateau was there was a period that I didn't even do anything regarding cybersecurity. Up until I started following people on LinkedIn. And being bold as I am, and very stubborn, I might say, I found, coincidentally, I found a person on LinkedIn who had all these certifications. So she had this certification in her certifications in her profile, and that inspired me. So I started following her. I added her on LinkedIn, and what do you know? This person happened to be in my position years ago. Like, you know, she was immigrant. She was, you know, even so. I was very bold enough to ask her for a coffee, and I asked her to be my mentor. I asked her literally, like, can you please tell me what I need to do? I'm very confused which route to take. And this is when she recommended SLAM. Now, once I started going to SLAM, the place gave me focus, gave me, and in these situations, I think that's the most important. Yeah, somebody has a question. So in this situation, I think having focus, knowing where you're going, it's the most important thing. And once you know where you're going, and when you have the steps and SLAM gives you the steps, then it's very easy to go further. So that's why when Francesca asked me about this, I was very pleased to talk about it today, because if any of you would know me, like 7 years ago, I came in this country 7 years ago, and just how I'm thinking, how I started from 2 suitcases, then, degrees, then papers, immigration issues, then finding a job, then security, then this and that. So things will come up eventually, and it just, what I want you to remember, just do not give up. Forget about how you feel. Just remember what you deserve. Always.
Okay. That's good. That's good.
Another thing that also helped me personally, and I would urge any of you who are in a situation now that are trying to pass a Security Plus or trying to find a job, to find a mentor. It's everybody has mentor today. I have 2 mentors. So I have one as a woman mentor, this woman who told me about SLAM, and I have another person who is also in the field, who guides me from time to time. And I do ask them questions, even up to now. I do ask them, hello?
You can keep going ahead. If everyone could just make sure you guys are muted. Thank you. Okay, Vesna, go ahead.
Yeah, so that's it. And it's, the cybersecurity is a field that you would always have to learn things constantly, and I had this fear before I was looking for jobs. I had this fear, like, who's gonna hire me? I don't have a US experience, especially not in IT, let alone in IT. But guess what? People, what I learned, bosses and people who hire in IT, they don't want you to know everything. They just want a person who is willing to learn, because information technology changes constantly. Just by the time that we're talking, some other things are happening on the background, and they want people who are willing to learn, and they don't want person who knows everything. So that's what I'm saying. Forget about all the fear that you have. Forget it.
Okay, so what jobs before you got to SLAM? What jobs did you have? Like, what kind of jobs did you do before?
So my education, I have a bachelor's in international business and also MBA. So my jobs before coming in USA were all related. How can I tell? I mean, you guys know Macedonia. I'm from Macedonia, Southern Eastern Europe. No matter what you finish, you do everything. So I was doing everything. I was HR, I was accountant, I was a teller in a bank. I worked in a company that I pretty much did every single one-woman show, you can say. Everything that it needs to be done for business, you do it. You talk to partners, you talk to people, but so you can tell I did everything except IT.
Okay, so when you got to the United States, what job did you have any of those type of jobs, or did you just
No,
have?
no. When I got in United States, I came as a tourist, and
Mhm.
for 6 years I worked as a babysitter. So like it was very very tough, and these are, I love kids, and these are not my kids. So to take care of kids, it's a very tough job. It's a very demanding job. You're a mom, you know. But to take care of someone else's kids, it's even more demanding. So
Right.
6 years I was doing that.
Okay.
And then when I received my papers, I started to, look for jobs, for other jobs. And I just worked for a couple of months as a language instructor for the Department of Defense, teaching the military Macedonian language. So again, nothing
That's super
related to
cool.
IT.
Okay, so before coming to Slam, how did you know that you wanted to take the cybersecurity route? Like, what pushed you to taking cybersecurity?
Well, I needed to learn. I felt I needed to learn more about cybersecurity, and I saw at school we had like a roadmap of CompTIA certifications, and I saw the roadmap, and I thought I knew this is it. And just to make sure, certifications are very important.
Mhm.
They're very important, and they show to the employer that you are teachable. And
Mhm.
again I go back to that, and again I go back to that same argument. Then when people are hiring, they're looking for somebody who is willing to learn and who is teachable.
Right.
Certifications show that you can
Yep.
sit and learn and study and learn something, some concept, and pass an exam.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So I know you mentioned like taking that step and not having fear and you being bold, but what else do you think pushed you to taking that leap of faith of taking the cybersecurity one, trusting Slam, and
When I talked to Francesca on the phone, I called, and when I spoke with Francesca, I didn't even like see her face or
Mhm.
anything, so I just called for information.
Right.
Right. And when I spoke with Francesca, you feel the vibe, I don't know how to tell you. It's like the same thing. It's
She's a people
you feel
person. She's able to persuade a lot of
no,
people.
I mean, you feel the vibe. And it was enough for me. It's same thing. Like, how do you know that you? I don't know. How do you know that when you start to loving your husband, right? You just
Uh-huh.
know. You just know. It's a vibe. It's
Okay.
energy. It's a vibe. And and while I was taking the class, that's what I wanted to say. um, Especially people now that are guests here that are listening, if you have taken the class and if you have made friends in that class, communicate with them, talk with them. uh, People that I have met during that class, even now we communicate and we're friends.
Wow,
Yes,
that's good.
because you go now through a different phase. You talk to each other still and ask questions. You would how I was very, how can I say, I feel sometimes that I'm very pushy with questions even at work now,
It's
but
good.
that's how you
It's
get the
good.
things done.
Right. Okay, so someone asked, how long did it take you to complete your first certification?
So I finished, I believe we started in April and we finished around June, I think, right?
Yeah.
And I took a break of studying. I wasn't studying at the time, but I started intensively studying around end of August, and I passed it in September, middle of September. But when I say intensively, I mean 8-10 hours per day.
Okay, and in those 8 to 10 per hours per day, what were you doing? Like, were you focusing a lot on the reading? Were you going over questions? Like, what was your
So
studying strategy?
yeah, so my strategy was, at first I finished reading the book. I finished
Okay.
the book. The concepts, then I also watched Professor Messer, but I didn't watch everything, because at some point when you do understand the things, then you don't need to watch everything, so you just watch here and there, specifically about ports, about the protocols. Now once I finished that, I started taking the questions. Now when I was doing the questions, it took me longer, because what I was doing, I would read a question, I would try to answer by myself, and if I'm mistaken, when I see the right answer, then I Google the right answer. I Googled the answer, like why this was the right answer,
Right.
and I would Google that, and then I will take notes.
Okay.
So that was my concept. Then, but the first time of finishing the questions, it took me longer. It took me longer because I was analyzing the answers. Now, the second time that I went through the questions, then I was just practicing routine and time management.
Okay. So time management is key, is what you're saying.
How many interviews did you get before you got a job? Well, honestly, I didn't get many interviews. I was lucky. I was lucky, but I had probably maybe 2 interviews before I got this job. And I remember, I'm gonna tell you one thing. I remember one of the jobs that the interview that I had, it was a CyberArk trustee. So meanwhile, I also took the CyberArk position, and meanwhile I also took CyberArk trustee certification, but that is the very minimal certification. Doesn't give you like deep understanding. So when I was interviewing this person, because I literally told to the people who were interviewing, I literally told them, look, I don't know much, but I do have potential, and I can do the things, I can learn, and I can do very, very well. And this person, he told me, he was some senior kind of a guy, something very, looked like important by that title. And he said, you know what? I really like this kind of straightforward going people. We would hire you, except that we really need somebody who is, like a consultant in CyberArk. So that's why I'm saying, be bold. Don't forget about fear.
Right. And so with the certifications and stuff, what type of job, someone asked, can you secure?
With Security Plus?
Yes.
So from Security Plus, I personally believe, I don't know the answer on this, but my belief is that with Security Plus, you can actually work anything IT related.
Mm-hmm.
So you can be IT support, you can even start entry-level positions, something in development. You can be in risk. It's a literally entry-level, it's a literally opens the doors for IT industry. Where are you gonna go from there depends on luck, circumstances, where you live, where how the market is.
Okay.
Those things.
Yeah, that's good. So your current position now,
Yes.
what does your job entail? Like, what are your daily duties, which is what someone asked, but what does it entail?
So the job per se is not as I thought it would be, because I thought I would get like a cybersecurity SOC analyst, some kind of a job like that, because those jobs seemed very interesting to me. But my job is so we would get for I work for international organization, so it's an enterprise that deals with probably 30,000 computers on a network. So we do have remediation tickets in terms of some security update is missing on particular computer, or Falcon needs to be remediated, or Microsoft Defender, so that okay, this computer is having suspicious activity, so we have to reach out to clients, meaning the employees. We have to reach out to clients and explain them what they need to do in terms of either to clear the cache in the browser, or if I need to go remotely and uninstall particular application. Also, a big part of it is training in specifically new people that are coming for multi-factor authentication tokens, why they need to use it, what's the point of them using it, passwords or passphrase. Now they have passphrase, there's no more password anymore. Then the biometrics authentication in Windows Hello, all that. So when you think of it, all of it is security. It's not like a cybersecurity analyst per se, where you sit and watch the traffic, the network traffic go by, and you catch suspicious or malicious traffic, because that's what I thought I would be doing before I started this journey. But when you have this whole picture, everything is security. So we also I also help with training the clients in cyber resilience. So cyber resilience on how they can be more vigilant, right, towards specifically now during the COVID situation and working remotely.
Right. Okay. So someone's asked, how can someone that has no IT background get into the IT world?
How did I do it? I just said it. How? Well, what can I tell you? Every person's journey is a personal. So I can tell you my story, but it doesn't have to be necessarily be like a recipe for you. Right. I can just give you tips. How did I do it? I had no clue of IT. 20 years ago, my college friends, when they see me now that I'm in IT, they are like, "This is how did you end up in IT?" Because it's like, it was like oil and water.
Yeah.
Oil and water. How I was 20 years ago, how I am. So how you can do, just have faith. Do never ever have faith. Do never ever doubt yourself. I understand you might be going through different emotions, but as I said, forget your emotions. Think of what you deserve, and you deserve to have a good IT job. IT jobs are more stable these days. They're stable. No matter what happens, they need IT people. So COVID, you see COVID happening, IT people still work from home, right?
Right.
So you deserve that. You deserve a stable job, a nice paying job. And that's where you just focus on each day, day by day, one day at a time. Apart from...
Yeah, so someone asked, apart from entry-level positions, what other positions can one apply to?
Well, if you can defend your resume in terms of my position, the one that I'm working for, it's not entry-level position. It's considered to be more of a mid kind of a level position. I think that any position that you can defend, that you're able to do, you can apply for it. Who's stopping you? Nobody. Yeah.
Yeah. So someone asked, does the IT field require any college background?
No, no, I have colleagues. Okay. I have colleagues in my job where I'm surprised, first of all, when I will hear some of them have a history bachelor's. Okay. They have a history bachelor's and they're IT officer. So, so that's one thing. Second thing is, I know so many people at my job that are IT analysts and they managed to get in. I don't know how. I mean, I don't know really honestly, but they work as IT analysts, but they have probably some certifications here and there, but they don't have more than a high school degree.
Oh, okay.
So, no.
Okay.
I mean, honestly, to be honest, I don't want to like ruin someone's dream, but maybe these people they got in years ago. But if you want to like further on and go on, I think that probably they're gonna ask for a bachelor's degree, but even that is it's doable. Online classes and you have a bachelor degree.
Okay. So let's see. What certifications?
Yes. Did you? Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. You can
Because
answer
I was
that.
reading this
Did
one.
you
Did you
negotiate your
negotiate
salary?
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. So this is the thing, you know, when you know what you're worth and when you know what you deserve. Okay, that's why I'm telling you, do not have fear. When you know what you deserve, you can negotiate. And I did negotiate and I got what I wanted.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. I think a lot of people that do get the interviews, they're very nervous, like you said, and very fearful. And it's something new for them. So when they go in, they are scared to speak up. And so I think with you saying knowing your worth, I think that's very, very key. So what certifications would you recommend to those that want to pursue the same type of path as you?
And as I said, I would definitely, if okay, I'm gonna say like this: if I have a child, and I will definitely push him or her, or inspire him or her for first thing to come to SLAM, because people will need a focus. Now, once they go there and they have that focus, Security Plus. Once you're done with Security Plus, then I'm not telling you what to do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not telling you which certifications to take, which route, because as I said, everyone's life path is different journey. And if you're gonna see from the job that you're gonna start, don't think like 20 steps ahead. Take one thing at a time. Finish one thing, be done with it, then go to the next one. Be done with it, go to the next one. Your job is gonna, the one job that you're gonna find after you pass Security Plus and the one that you're gonna work in IT, that position is gonna give you the roadmap of what you want to do or what you don't want to do.
Okay.
Because from Security Plus, you can go from anywhere. You can end up being a desktop engineer. I mean, desktop. You can end up being in risk, for example.
Yeah.
So I cannot tell you what from there. Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
So
exactly.
yeah, they say start with getting your certifications. So you said that if you had a child, you would recommend them coming to SLAM.
Yeah.
So how well do you think SLAM prepared you for what you're doing now? And like what tips were very helpful to you that SLAM provided?
Well, I am very pushy person,
Mhm.
and whoever can kind of be nice to me, although I'm pushy. I appreciate those people. So I was bothering David, Fred, Sam with questions. Why is this like this? Why is this like that? Why is this like that? Why? But that's how I am. That's how I am. Some people are more introvert, and that's okay. But you do have the support. So think of it. I still even remember when I was preparing for the exam for Security Plus. I remember I reached out to the group, to SLAM alumni group, and I was bothering myself with, I was not sure of an answer of a question. And I said to the group, and I asked, guys, what is this question? And somebody answered, I don't know who. And then David answered it. And then next day, Sam saw the question and he answered it too. So, what else you can ask from? You have like the things like this, people are helping you. They're experienced, they're helping you, they're giving you an answer. All you need to do is take it and chew it.
Yes,
Exactly, you take it and chew it. So but if you do not have this, then it's very difficult, because I went through that path as well before I met SLAM.
so can you go over a little bit of that path? You don't have to go into much detail if you don't want to, but can you go into that path just a little bit and explain the differences?
Okay, so first of all, I knew some like developers, and I would say to them, oh, I want to go in cybersecurity. And their reactions would be, Vesna, you do not have IT at all experience. You will never go in cybersecurity. And it just got to a point where I was like, okay, watch me. Watch me. So what I would do, I would watch YouTube. I bought some books and I was reading it. But when you don't, it's like reading nuclear physics. When you don't understand the things, when somebody cannot explain it to you in very layman terms, then it's very hard to understand. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, so someone asked, how was your first day at work?
Oh, I was as confused as I was very confused, like very, very confused. Where do I start? How do I start? But I'm gonna tell you now, when I think about it, it's people help you. You're not gonna be left on the wolves.
Mm-hmm.
People, wherever you go, people help you. You have team leads. They're gonna show you colleagues, this is that, this is how we do. And plus, nobody's gonna hire you in the first day unless you say that you are expert in I don't know what, and then you cannot do your job. But nobody's gonna fire you. They give chances. So usually it's even said, like, usually 6 to 1 year, it's where up to 6 months, you're still learning.
Mm-hmm.
You're still learning. So
Okay, so someone asked, so if one successfully passes the exams and during an interview that individual felt very anxious, is that individual still going to get access to it? And by getting access into it, they meant, are you still going to be hired?
Um, I don't know. I don't know to answer that, you know, but I really don't know to answer that, but I'm gonna say this. I had a mentor and still do. If you do need of a mentor, please reach out to me, to anybody that you meet on. That's the point of these meetings.
Mm-hmm.
And we can work together, you know, like interviewing questions, or just building up your confidence.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, it's all about confidence.
Okay, that's good.
That's all. Yeah.
That's good. So was it difficult? Do you think it was more difficult for you to find a job for you being an immigrant, or do you think you had kind of equal opportunity as those that are like?
No, I think it's equally the same. I think it's equally the same. The only difference I would say is that I personally believe that we immigrants are more vigilant, more proactive, we're more fighters, because things do not come granted to us. We have to go there and grab and scrape and yeah. Oh, sorry. What happened?
Yeah, if you could type your
Yes,
link
there's
in.
my that's
There you go.
that's my name on LinkedIn. Whoever is willing, you know, I had, as I said, when I met my mentor, I was very bold. I wrote her on LinkedIn message and I told her, listen, I'm following for you for quite some time. Do you mind if you and we have a coffee? And it was very important for me because she was the immigrant. She was a woman. I'm a woman. I'm an immigrant. So I didn't want it to approach to a guy because, you know, I thought, okay, maybe they're gonna misunderstand something, whatever. So it worked out. So if any of you feels like, you know, do you need a mentor? Please reach out to me. We can grab a coffee at Panera. We can talk. We can chat on the phone. You know, if you think that I or any of the mentors can help, that's the point of all this. Reach out. Be bold. Do not be afraid.
Awesome. That's amazing. So someone has asked, was there any orientation when you started, and how long did it take?
Orientation as in terms of how to do the job, or who is where, what is where?
I would say maybe did you have both? If you did have orientation on how to do the job, or if you had orientation on like what you said, what is the
Not really. I mean, not really. It's just it's a very dynamic environment where I work, and it's a huge environment. So maybe that's the difference between like bigger organizations and maybe smaller company. I don't know. I don't know,
how
but
big is
this,
your company, would you say?
well, 30,000 people. So 30,000, yes, people out, and those, some of them, they have even 2 computers. So, oh, thank you, Francesca. Thank you. Okay, somebody added me now. Is that Juasi Jepta? Is that
I think that's the person that asked
yeah,
for your
okay.
LinkedIn account. So let's see. You're doing an amazing job, Vesna. And you're answering
Thank you. But you
very
know,
in depth.
that's why I want to give back too, you know. People
This is
help me, I want to help too. Yes, yes,
right. Okay.
exactly.
So let's see. What do you wish that you would have known before entering the cybersecurity field?
I wish I started the journey earlier.
Okay, that's
But
good.
it's still okay. But it's still great. It's still oh, Nani, yeah, Nani's I remember her. Yes. Yes. How are you? Is
um,
Jamal here? Because Jamal said that he's gonna join. Did he join? I didn't see him.
I don't see a Jamal.
No, maybe no. Where? No,
Um,
no.
but so your number one advice would be to make sure they jump in when they can, basically, is what you're saying.
Just what I want, like, how can I say? Um, this is a process. Don't think of it. I still go through it every day. Every single day, I still go through it. I still learn things. I'm not saying I know everything, but when you enjoy the process, then
Mhm.
you're not gonna be very much concerned of, oh, if I'm gonna get the job or not. If you don't get it, don't get it. You're gonna get the next one. There's tons of jobs here in this area. You're lucky to be in this area. I mean, in all America there is
Mhm.
in IT. So um, first thing is just have focus. Second thing is work on your security plus. Just do it. You have the support. You don't know the questions, you have people ask. Read on Google, read the book, read the questions. Then if you see a right answer, just Google it, why that is right. I still remember when Sam in class, he told us, I think it was Sam or Fred, I don't know, one of those two. He said, sometimes it's not the matter to get the right answer on the question, but to know why the right answer is right or why the wrong answer is wrong. Just to know
It
it.
sounds like Mr. Sam would say
Yes,
something like
yes, yes.
that.
It was probably him. It was probably him. So I still remember when he said that, and that stick in my head, and that helped me to solve the questions when research the question, read on Google. You don't know the answer, fine, just Google it, see what's going on. You're gonna get the answer immediately. Understand why is that. Just understand it, even if you don't know it. Then work on your questions, get Security Plus, fix your resume, and apply on jobs. And when you start applying, do not let when you go on an interview to just show them that you're confident. Show them in a way, tell them, listen, Mr. Supervisor, Mr. Hiring Manager, I managed to pass Security Plus on my own with no IT experience, with no this and that, with no I don't know what. And if I'm able to do that, then sure as hell I'm able, to learn many other things at the job, because that's
Right,
what they need.
right.
Yeah.
Before we answer that question, although you have Security Plus certification, how helpful do you think the networking was? And do you think that that was a major key for you to be successful in the IT field?
Yes, I still struggle with networking some things. I still do, but every day, I'm still learning things. Network, it is important, but it's not, I wouldn't say it's a key. It is important to understand the things, but I wouldn't say it's a key, because security has a lot of domains. People work in security. In my company, people work in security in risk and compliance, and they don't know nothing about network. They don't know nothing about logs, to read logs, or to analyze logs. Nothing like that. They just work in risk and compliance. So that's still a domain. So what domain of cybersecurity? What field of IT are you in now? My position, it's called IT coordinator, but as I said, we do mostly we do every kind of thing, every kinds of things. So I do help with desktop as well. I do help with security questions. as I said, it's not security analyst per se, as I was thinking it's going to be, but I did learn quite a lot in 1 year. So from Microsoft to Azure to passphrase. Okay, I did not know that passphrase is the new most secure password kind of a way. Many other things.
Okay. So someone said, are you still working with the same employer that hired you? And if yes,
Yes,
is
yes,
there
and yes.
okay,
Yes,
is
and
there
yes.
room for opportunities for promotion?
Yes, yes, and yes.
Yes, yes, and yes.
Yes, and yes, yes. Yeah.
So with you being in, your position that you're in now, there's still room for you to grow and
Yes,
still room for
and I'm
you.
still doing it. Yes,
Right.
now we are working remotely. I do my job, but then I also study on other certifications. I just passed service now. That's a ticketing system. So ticketing system, it's also important. And I still learn other things. So always room to grow.
Awesome.
Yeah. Any closing thoughts? Just, I don't know.
That was for everyone. So if anyone on here has any questions you'd like to ask last minute, because it is 7:46, it's getting closer to 8.
Yeah.
Make sure you guys ask the questions. Take advantage while we're on here of sending the questions you have for Vesna. But Vesna, do you have any advice, like last minute advice that you would give to those that are currently searching for a cybersecurity job, or for those that are hesitant in taking, classes at SLAM, or anything like that?
Just what I said. SLAM is gonna give you focus, and you need focus. Because I wasted 2 years of my life just being like a molecule, in Brown movement in physics that we have, like a chaotically moving. So I spent 2 years chaotically moving. Shall I do this, do that, do this, do that? Shall I do this, do that? SLAM gives you focus. You need focus to succeed.
Okay.
Other than that, after you pass the Security Plus, then it's you'll see once you pass the Security Plus, you trust me on this, the confidence is gonna come. They're gonna ask you questions in the interview, and when you're going to be able to answer those questions, the confidence is going to come. Once you have the confidence, you're going to nail any interview you want, period.
Okay, that's good. So Vesna, I want to thank you on behalf of SLAM. I want to thank you for being on this mentor program, for everything that you answered, for all the in-depth little tips that you've given. And I think that concludes today's Ask a Mentor.
Yes, and yes, as I said, please reach out to me or to anybody you find on these that's meetings. That's the point of it. My personal mentor, who's also from SLAM, she was also immigrant, and she was a single mom, so imagine what she went through and all that, and now she's doing amazingly great. Amazing. Yeah. So
that's good.
There's light there. There's light at the end of the tunnel. It's just a phase. This period is just a phase.
It is. So I just want to let everyone know that you guys can still join the November cybersecurity course that just started last Saturday. If you'd like to join, just contact anyone from SLAM. The information is actually in the group chat. And then you also we do have Linux engineer class coming up. We have an AWS class coming up. And
I'm thinking of those AWS actually.
And we have a certified ethical hacking class coming up. So if you guys are interested in joining, please reach out to us. SLAM, we love you guys. We love we're a family. We stand by that. So just let us know if you guys are interested. And again, thank you, Vesna. You
You're
did
welcome. It
amazing.
was pleasure. Yes.
And it
Yeah.
was great seeing you after so
Great
long.
seeing you too.
All right. So thank you guys.